Jabril, just going into this week, I mean, it's your first game against Texas A&M. This has been a rivalry here at LSU, and them being, um, in terms of rankings and records, the toughest team y'all have faced so far. What has been your approach to this game, and what has been kind of the conversation between you and others?
Yeah, the mindset for this game is to go 1-0 this week. We know every SEC game is going to be tough. You see the past 5 games that we played, 5 to 6 games that we played, it's been a battle. So we know these next 4, it's going to be a battle between Texas A&M, Ole Miss, Bama, and Florida. So we're just going to go in one each week, trying to go 1-0 and try to compete.
In a lot of past interviews, you've talked about, maybe mistakes came from guys putting their eyes in the backfield, things like that. Do you feel like you are seeing improvement in that sense of guys just kind of being more fundamentally sound in the front seven?
Most definitely. In the beginning, we were having trouble with that, but as we began to progress throughout the season, a lot of guys we've honed in on our techniques and everything. So, especially this past game, it was a few little mental errors, but overall, a lot of guys we picked it up.
Hey, Jabril, Paul Boran from CST. I just want to get your perspective because you're one of these guys, obviously, who's seen all of these stadiums in the SEC for the first time. Kyle Field's obviously a legendary place. Just take me through your emotions of getting a chance to play there, what you've heard from your teammates about playing there, and the feeling of the rivalry itself, as you were alluding to earlier.
Yes, SEC stadiums, the atmosphere is totally different. Even when I was at NDSU, I've heard of Texas A&M and them having the 12th man. But even with COVID, I know that the stadium is still going to be rocking either way. So just being able to compete at the highest level at these stadiums, it's just a blessing for me, and hopefully we can come out with a win this week.
Hey, Jabril, obviously, you're a senior leader on this team, and you know all these guys really well. I mean, just I don't want to overstate this, but just kind of how much of a confidence boost was this for you guys as a defense this last weekend, this performance against Arkansas, and how can it kind of help maybe some of the younger guys who have now stepped up and made some of those late game plays, for the rest of the season?
Yeah, this is a huge confidence boost. A lot of guys went down, and it was the next man up mentality. The guys that came in and filled those holes, they did a pretty good job. And this just gives us another opportunity to keep getting better as a whole. Going into this week, no one expects us to win. We're the underdogs, so going in there and trying to ruin their day is something that we're going to try to do.
Hey, Jabril, Jarrett Roser, TigerDetails.com. You mentioned the players improving kind of the technique standpoint over the course of the season. What have been some other ways that you've seen this team continue to develop since the start of the season, but particularly the last few weeks since that Auburn game?
Yeah, these past few weeks have given us ample opportunity to just focus in on our craft, technique-wise, footwork, also getting to know each other better, playing alongside each other. It's you become more comfortable when you know the guy next to you. So just us, just being together as a team, doing certain activities, really gives us a sense of comfort on the field when we're out there and playing.
Hey, Jabril, Jacques Doucet, WAFB TV here in Baton Rouge. Just watching Jeray Jenkins this year. He's a guy maybe we didn't talk enough about before the season started, and obviously he's made a lot of big plays for you guys this year. Just what's it been like to watch him kind of grow as a young receiver?
It's been great. Knowing early on, we seen it in practice, and he was able to show it in the games. But he's one of those underdog sleeper receivers that a lot of people don't give a lot of credit to, because we have other great receivers as well on the team. So he's one of those guys that comes in, works hard every day, and everything that he's put in from now, since early on, is showing out on the field, and he's just been doing a great job at that.
Hey, Jabril, this William with Tiger Rag. You mentioned some things going against the team. Can you, I guess, think back about just how this team won the game defensively? y'all stopped them in a goal-to-goal situation, which forced the field goal to get to 24-20. Instead of giving up a touchdown there, y'all made a stop. And then obviously the offense went down, got the touchdown, and special teams got the just all those things coming together at the end, where maybe a couple weeks before things might have fallen apart. Y'all all held together late in the stretch there.
Right. This win right here was a whole collective team win, from special teams, offense to defense. If we didn't have Zach, who punted the ball down inside the 20-yard line like 5 times, we wouldn't have had that great of a field position for us to start with. So just defensively, offensively, and special teams, we all came together, and it was really a complete win. There might be some times where you see one play stick out, but all together, we came together to create the victory.
We've talked to Ed Ogeron and a couple other players before about the rub routes, the pick routes, then coming after you guys in the secondary. Just in this year, it seems like every team's done that. It seems like they come after Micah. I've seen. I don't know if they come after you sometimes. What are y'all taught? What do you prepare for to try and go against those kind of plays?
Yeah, for us, it's all about leverage, having our leverage, knowing where our help is, playing press, getting hands-on, and disrupting the receiver in the route. But whenever they do catch it, it might be a little bit of miscues on our part of not having the right leverage or getting hands-on. So all that can be avoided if we just stick to our technique.
And it seems like A&M has a good run game, can also a running back who can catch as well. What is kind of how have y'all adjusted this year, taking out running backs coming out of the backfield? It seemed like y'all improved on that against Arkansas.
Right. Adding on quickly to our coverage is something that will stop the running backs from getting out either on a slip screen or on a run. Just attacking the holes is something that we also worked on with these past weeks, and not having the O-line get up on us, like the centers and tackles climb up to us. So just hurrying up and adding on to our coverage is something that we've worked on.
Thank you.
Hey, Jabril, 2 interceptions this year for you, almost 2 touchdowns. Are you just kind of baiting those guys, right place, right time? How can you explain, almost having 2 pick sixes already this year?
Yeah, a lot of that is to attest to pretty good film study and trying to guess what the receiver is going to do on the routes. Most of those, the last interception, I was playing zone, so I was just trying to fill the hole and give extra help to whichever cornerback needed it. So at the end of the day, a lot of this is just having faith and belief in the coaching staff and just doing what they're telling me to do.
Jabril, as a follow-up to Jacques' question, you had set the standard your first game in Tiger Stadium, you returned for pick 6. I know you weren't as wide open Saturday, but how did you not able to get back in the end zone a second time?
Yeah, I was trying to show my little offensive abilities on that one, but I thought I got in. I thought I hit the pylon, but the review, it said it wasn't. I think if on the field they would have called a touchdown, it would have been hard to overturn it. So I got close enough for the offense to score, though, so that was the only thing that mattered.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jabril.
Thank you.